Hi guys, GameTalk Ajax Volendam 1-1. EyeJax, um, another draw, 6 draws, and a loss with PSV before that. So now 7 games, no win in the eredivisie. Still fifth in the league. Now 7 points behind Feyenoord. It's the 18th game of the eredivisie, so you can say, yeah, we still have time or whatever. But honestly, I don't believe that, and I'm quite disappointed in the result today. Um, Tell me your feelings, man. What are you thinking right now, just after the game?
Juan, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm freaking furious. I'm so fucking done with the coach. I'm so fucking done with the way we play football at the moment. The lack of mentality, keeping players in the pitch while others are performing better or have more potential at the moment. This is just a done deal now. He needs to go. The trainer needs to go. Time's up. There's no more second chance, third chance, or whatever. And everybody who's backing him still needs to go also. If Sar still covers him, he needs to get the fuck out also. It's just not good enough what we perform at the moment. We play at freaking Volendam at home, bro. Volendam, the number 17 in the league. We cannot even win against them. When is it going to get better? You keep
I don't know.
Tadic in the you keep Tadic in the pitch. You play him as a right winger while Conceição is doing quite well last week's, playing well at that position. Some light at the end of the tunnel, with that player. Then you play Tadic all of a sudden again as a right winger. Tadic was poor and terrible today. Did you see how many crosses today and balls he fumbled, crosses that went way over? He was terrible, and still he played them the full match. I understand he's your captain, and I love the guy. I'm not negative about him as a person, but once you do not perform anymore, also the captain, also the player should be substituted sometimes. He just plays with his fantasy formation again, puts him on the right wing. Didn't work one time the whole season, but this genius thinks, yeah, let's try it again. Let's bench Conceição. You saw it in the second half with Luka coming in, with Conceição coming in, with Kudus coming in. Those were the three best players in the pitch at the moment. After the subs, they played quite decently. What the fuck do we need to like experience more with this coach before he gets sacked? Tell me.
We're getting a new assistant.
Yeah, bro, it's so freaking hard for me to do this game talk now because the steam is going out of my ears at the moment. So
Okay, but I just
infuriated.
listen. Takeaway. I mean, we're going back to the game in a bit. Just in general, what should we do? I mean, what is your advice right now? If you had something to say now, what would you do? How do
Bro,
we progress from here?
it's easy. The problems go way deeper than only the coach. But if you have a coach that doesn't have the backing anymore of the players, there is something wrong with the chemistry within the squad. They are now blaming it on the assistants, but I think it's mainly also the head coach. So there's something fundamentally wrong within the chemistry of the total squad, the staff and the players. So you need to solve that. You cannot fire all the players, so you need to put somebody at the helm of the team again that can start with a fresh page and just can build upon that from now on.
Yeah.
So if you keep him in the squad, it's like a cancer, it keeps growing and growing and growing, and it keeps getting worse. So you have to make a decision now before it's too late. And it is already a bit too late because we're 7 points behind now. We didn't win, Juan, in 7 Eredivisie matches adjacent. The last
Yeah.
win was in October 2022. We
Yeah.
haven't performed this bad since 1965. Let that sink in.
Yeah. But okay, but coming back, Ajax. So it's clear now. The players are sounding the alarm, waving the red flag. Basically, they're not happy with how things are run by the coaching staff, and that might include Alfred Schreuder as well. So I'll go with you on that one. Then you have the board that is still backing Schreuder. So
Yeah.
what is the board seeing that we're not seeing? What are we missing here? Seriously, it's a genuine question. I want to know.
They're just covering each other's asses because the way SAR is handling things and the directors are handling things is just wrong. Because if you do not intervene, your head is on the chopping block also. The longer it goes on, you have to take responsibility for your part in it also. So what I've tried to say just now is it goes deeper than only the coach. You know, the play is bad, the chemistry isn't there, but also up in the ranks, it isn't great there. Also, we still don't have a technical director. People are hesitant of making decisions and covering each other's asses instead of taking responsibility. This is something that doesn't change with only the coach, but there are so many things fundamentally wrong with this coach, besides his tactics, besides the chemistry that he obviously doesn't have anymore with these players. All other things he does, the way he handles himself in the media, the way he always sees something positive in every match. I didn't even see the post-match interviews yet, but probably he sees all rainbows and unicorns again, because every time there's something positive in this match. There isn't any more positive to take out of this match one. We play against the number 17, we play at home, and we still cannot win. So besides the problem with the team and his tactics, there are fundamentally also so many things wrong with him as a person for being at the helm at Ajax. So you need to remove him from that position, put somebody there who can have a fresh start, and maybe it starts clicking again in the locker room, within the team.
Yeah.
Because things above that, you know, in the technical director that doesn't exist yet, that we didn't hire anybody yet, with Van der Sar, I do not think they will go away that easily. So Schreuder needs to go. It's just, it's done, bro. You cannot give him more time than this.
Yeah, final question from my side, and I'm not being a devil's advocate. I'm just bringing it because I'm seeing and reading a lot from Dutch pundits, even now Kenneth Perez right after the game. But it's being said so many times that everybody is really like, like imitating each other with the same arguments, and also the board thinks like that. How much can you blame the players, the squad quality of the squad that we have? Because everybody is saying, compared to last year, Schreuder has been let down by the board in terms of what they brought in. How much can you counterweight that argument in his defense?
Did Schreuder, did the board put Tadic on the right wing position?
No.
Did the board play Luka as a left winger, for example? I'm just saying small stuff, you know. But today, again, it's his decision. It's his style of play. It's obvious that Kudus is one of our best players at the moment. It's obvious that Conceição is having a great few matches, maybe not the last one, but at least the last weeks, you know. You saw it again today with him coming in. We are more unpredictable with him at the right wing position. It's more fluent, it's more dangerous with him in the pitch, you know. Why are you not playing them? And then with Bergwijn, in my opinion, he didn't have a great match, but he has some speed and maybe some versatility to bring in these kind of matches. Tadic was playing such a bad match, and I'm not talking about Tadic like as a whole, what he's done for Ajax. I love the guy; he's a great captain, but he was the worst person, the worst player on the pitch today. Still, he got to play the whole match.
Yeah.
Are those decisions made by the directors? Or are those decisions made by the coach? You get my point?
Yeah, I get your point.
So for me, enough is enough. The directors, there has to change something there. There has to be a technical director. Maybe, I do not know, Van der Sar maybe has to go eventually, or somebody else has to fill that vacancy or that position, you know? That is something that we should know in the coming months or weeks. But it's certain. Did you see the crowd with all those how do you call it, with the banners?
The white handkerchiefs as well.
Not only the handkerchiefs, also the banners.
Oh, the banners, Schreuder out, and
they're calling for him to come. Just go away, you know, Schreuder out.
Yeah.
It's obvious that even the crowd, not the players. Did you see how Bergwijn looked when he was subbed off?
Yeah, I watched that too. Yeah.
There's no chemistry anymore. You know,
he was upset. He was very upset.
I'm not a fan of translating like Dutch sayings into English, but you cannot. You know what we say in Dutch? Je kan niet aan een dood paard trekken.
Yeah.
You cannot pull that horse. You know, it's done. Yeah. It's done. So something needs to happen, and the easiest way to have a fresh start is get rid of the coach. No new assistants. Not letting it drag on. Remove the coach. Move on and try to have a fresh start from there on out. That's my opinion.
Okay, last question about that. Let's say they fire Schreuder. We don't have a technical director. Who's going to take the decision for a new coach?
Yeah, that's a difficult situation, Juan. It is like that the scandal happened with Overmars, but in hindsight, Overmars leaving the ranks, Overmars leaving Ajax was one of the worst things that could happen. And that's one of the things I do agree with. For example, the interview Huntelaar gave with Ten Hag and Overmars leaving our ranks, our club, the heart left. They were both firm persons, They weren't afraid to take firm decisions. They had each other's back.
And responsibility
and
as well.
also, in hindsight now, you can also one can argue that Overmars took away a lot of difficult things that Van der Sar is mainly responsible for. So with him not being there, it's exposed what kind of liability Van der Sar is in certain areas. I'm not saying that he doesn't have qualities, but he's lacking certain qualities also. That's obvious.
Yeah.
If the players already in December asked for a meeting with him twice,
November
even,
Yeah.
and he just said, "Fuck it, I'm going on a vacation." What does this say towards the players, towards the group?
Yeah, he's hiding. He's clearly hiding.
You cannot play hide and seek as a director of such a huge club as Ajax is.
Yeah.
You have to have a certain personality to just carry on, take responsibility, and also give interviews towards your fans, towards everybody. You never see him talk about anything. How is this possible? Is he the one who's going to solve this crisis, to manage it? I now already have the feeling he's almost drowning. How are we going to solve this? What's your opinion? You think Schreuder should stay?
No. At this point, I think any other coach would do better than him. I would honestly have more confidence in putting Heitinga in front of this group than keeping on and dragging on with Schreuder. Even if we don't have a technical director, maybe just assign Heitinga till the end of the season. I don't think he will do worse. We can salvage this season, get Europe football, and then in the summer, technical director, coach from scratch, and we start over again, because this is not going anywhere.
And one more argument, Juan. The argument is being used a lot. Yeah, Schreuder, so many players left, blah, 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 blah. How many players did we sign? And I hear these stupid kind of arguments that he's also saying, we weren't ready for that position. We didn't have any backup ready. Bullshit. He's the coach. He signed off on those transfers also. Who did this? Who decided that we needed to get Bessie? Out of which head did that came?
His agent, I think.
Yeah. Who wanted to sign Ocampos? Who wanted to sign Grealish?
Same, I think.
And so on, and so on, and so on. So
from
yes,
his network, I think. Yeah.
A lot of players left. But him giving his okay that he thinks that is a good player to get into the squad, to fill those vacancies. It's too easy now to say, but they promised you so much, and the backup isn't sufficient enough. Bollocks. You are partly responsible if you want that player or not. Because if he says, I do not want them, they will not sign him.
Yeah, so, last question. Another thing that the media is trying to do, and also Huntelaar a little bit, and also maybe the board, they did it not so clearly, but between the lines, if you read everything, and also the pundits here, Dutch television, are saying the fans have been very, how do you call that? They've been like...
vocal.
No, not vocal. No, in past years, we have been basically spoiled. We were spoiled. Yeah. And because of that now, we're blind, and we're not seeing how less quality this Ajax is. And we should accept the new reality, basically. This is what's happening as well. This new narrative is being created.
But Juan, between you and me, if I just told you the stat that since 1965, Juan, 1965, you know how long ago that is? That's like 58 years ago. The record that he established today, the negative one, 7 eredivisie games in a row without a win. Last time that happened was 1965. Let that sink in.
Yeah.
So if we cannot even win against Volendam, that's in the 17th place of the eredivisie, which team are we going to beat in this form, in this crisis that we are in? Tell me. It's not like we're playing Napoli each week. We're losing points against the NAC, against Volendam, that sort of teams. I do not understand how much worse it needs to get to just have a conclusion from the board of directors and from the directors to just continue on a path. Not other assistants, a fresh new page.